Hello ladies and gentlemen of YouTube and the world, so welcome back to another Comic Show video. And today guys, I'll be doing another review for a new TV series that just came out on DisneyPlus, Hawkeye. So if you guys are new, so basically what I normally do on the Comic Show, I normally just, do channel reactions, movie reviews, show reviews for DisneyPlus, Netflix, and when I go see movies in the theater, and theory videos, unboxing videos, and etc. So if you guys have been around my channel for a good, 10 years now, since this marks the 10th year for me being on YouTube. So I started back in 2011. So yeah, it's been a long time. So, so anyways guys, I'm going to be doing a review for Hawkeye. I'm going to do episode 1 and 2, because 2 episodes has shown up today. And I feel like super excited because now it's gonna be about Christmas. It's gonna be about Clint Barton and on his story, like what did he do after the events of Avengers Endgame. So we're gonna see what happens, and then he's gonna meet up with Kate Bishop, one of like another version of like Hawkeye. So I'm kind of waiting to see what they're gonna do with that character. And so for further ado, guys, I'm gonna watch it. The first episode is like 49 minutes, and then the next one after that is like 51 minutes. So I'll catch you guys in the next, I would say like hour and a half or so. So I'll get you guys a little later. Hey guys, so I am back and I have fully watched the 2 episodes for Hawkeye. So here's what I know, and here is the information I gotta give of what I thought about the series. So yeah, so if you guys are just hearing that the show just came out on Disney Plus today, so we are gonna be seeing probably a new episode each Wednesday, so set your dates, because we're gonna see the same thing that we did with Loki and WandaVision. So I just think it's kind of ironic how they're releasing these shows like during the middle of the week. It's like, wait, they're doing the same thing with Loki and WandaVision, and did they do the same thing? Yeah, they did. I think they did do the same thing with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but yeah, so I did watch the 2 episodes, and I thought the first one was pretty cool. How it was based, like the beginning was kind of based in 2012, as Kate Bishop was a kid, and she was, going through her, life as like being a normal child, and she has a mother and her father, and she was technically hearing her father having an argument with her mother, and then she kind of tipped over one of her toys, and then her father heard her, and he went upstairs and told her, I know you're eavesdropping, and just when you're ready, come downstairs and eat your lunch with your mom, yada yada. And then he goes to his office, and then once she starts eating, and then her mother does this cool trick, and then then her mother tells her to go get something in her room, then she goes upstairs, and while she was doing so, something flew by her window, and then she's like, what was that? And then she just goes back to what he was doing, and then another thing comes by, and it's going through the battle of the Atari attacking New York City, and that's the time when the Avengers are trying to defend New York from Thanos, or not Thanos, but technically it is Thanos' army, but it was around the time when Loki was controlling and commanding the army, and then she starts trying to find her mother, and then yada yada, so on. Part of the kitchen, was it the kitchen, or was it it was the kitchen. The part of the kitchen blew up, and she looked outside, and there was an Atari ship flying right towards her, and all of a sudden an arrow goes at it, and it blows up, and she sees in the distance Hawkeye just shooting Atari with his arrows. And she knew right there that it was actually him who saved her, but he didn't know. And by that time, she decided, after the battle was over, and apparently her dad died, and so she now her and her mother on their own. And in the funeral, she asked her, like, okay, I'll do anything what you set your hearts to in the future, and she says, I want a bow and arrow. And at that time, throughout the years, she went through martial arts, training how to use a bow and arrow, and trying to be like her hero, Hawkeye, aka Clint Barton. So over the years, she's been training herself to become probably the most talented marksman, and so the episode proceeds on, and then basically it goes for her trying to bond with her mother, but instead now her mother's decided to go, back out there and get into dating life. Now she's dating this guy named Jack, and he has this interesting mustache, with an Italian mustache, or it goes a little bit like that. No, but not like that, but it's more like. But yeah, so a lot of things happened throughout the first episode, and she starts. First off, she's in this town and she's trying to get this bell to work, but in the process, she actually broke the clock tower with the bell in it, and she gets in trouble by her mother. But yeah, so it proceeds on after that, and we get to see her trying to grow more of a relationship with her mother, and apparently her mother owns this company that deals with security. So it's a security company, and she is trying to convince her daughter Kate to step a line in the future to become the next, probably like the CEO, but she doesn't really want that because she has another thing in life that she wants to do. She wants to be like Hawkeye, and so that's her mission. And so in the next episode, so nearly close to the end of the episode, there's this party that ends up being like her mother's engagement party because she got engaged to Jack, and she finds out by this one guy named, what was it, Harmon? Yes, Harmon the Third or something like that. It's just like this old dude, and he basically just told her he's like, yeah, your mother and Jack are engaged. This is their engagement party, and she just finds out that her mother's engaged. Like, she didn't tell me, so she's a little mad. So, and then she follows Jack. Well, not follow, but she goes outside for a breather. She meets a dog with only one closed eye, which is kind of a little sad. I got a little sad after seeing that part. And then it proceeds on, and she goes back inside the party, and then she notices her mother arguing with Harmon III, and then she follows Harmon down below the building that we're having the party. It becomes being a black market where they're selling like items from the past, like they sold this like dinosaur shaped skull, and then after this they're selling the sword of Ronin that Clint Barton actually used in Endgame, because he became Ronin after the 5 years they took out Thanos. He wore that suit and he had that sword. They were about to sell the suit, but a breakout happened and a wall blew up, and there's these people that were trying to take. They were trying to take items. She was there watching it all, and she grabbed Ronin's suit and wore it and started attacking them. And then after that, it led up to her wearing the suit. She left, but somebody took the Ronin sword. It was actually Jack, as Jack ended up going to the black market trying to buy some stuff. He actually was trying to get the sword, but instead Harmon the Third bought the sword. Instead, after the wall blew up, everyone was trying to like exit out of their place. In the process, he actually stole the sword before he got up, and he put it in his coat. So, what's Jack gonna do with that freaking sword? It was actually kind of cool because when you click something, it extends and it goes out and extends again. So, that's gonna be interesting. So, I don't know how Kate, she didn't really see what happened, where the sword disappeared to, because she was still looking at the wall being exploded, and she was trying to wonder why these guys are here. So I think at one point, probably in the next few episodes, we'll probably be seeing the sword again. But she took the suit, she left, she was trying to help this dog that she encountered before that was about to get run over. Then she got filmed by somebody on a camera. And now New York saying, it's like, okay, Ronin is back. He hasn't shown up in years. And now she got caught twice wearing the suit by going to her house, apartment, and then these Red Jacket gang decide to follow her, and then they decide to torch her place. And when Clint Barton saw it on TV, he decides to go and help her because he wants to take the suit back because that was his suit. And after the apartment was going on fire, he decides to go back after it was done, but it ended up the suit was gone, so somebody took it, and then he ended up finding the suit. A dude, this is actually in the next episode, basically when he found out that she was the one that actually wore the suit, she was like, "Who are you?" It's like, I'm Kate Bishop. And then she realizes it was actually Hawkeye. It's like, wait, you're Hawkeye. You're like one of my favorite Avengers heroes. So I thought that was kind of cool too. And after in the next episode, basically he's trying to like kind of like teach her how to do things, but she's still like still learning. But you know, she is like really good with her bow and arrow. And he realized that when she was trying to take out the Red Jacket gang. And during the second episode, we see that they're trying to have almost slightly a little bit of a relationship with each other, but not quite much is quite. But they exchange numbers, and he said only text or call me if it's an emergency, yada yada. And it proceeds on. And during the episode, Clint decides to go find his suit, so he went through social media and found this dude that ended up finding his suit at the apartment. And I find it very funny. You know what's funny? He ends up finding this dude wearing his Ronin suit at a role-playing, what was it, like in the movie Role Models, how Paul Rudd and what's his name, Sean something, I can't remember, but basically they go to this role play convention thing out like in the park, and they're helping they're helping the kids trying to defeat the king. Ends up being Ken Jeong. Well, in this show, Clint goes and finds the guy. But it's the same scenario in this show. That he ends up going to a roleplay world session in the park, and he has no choice than to sign up just so he can battle the guy wearing his. He's just like, oh, he has those like, wait. It's like, I can't go in there and just talk to the guy. He's like, no, you gotta participate if you want to be in here. It's like, it was like, oh, fine, I'll sign. He's like, I'll sign it. It's like, oh, yeah, he literally had no choice just to freaking go in there just so he can go grab his Ronin suit. It was great. And then there's this little montage after he like signed up, and the lady's like, you gotta wear. It's like, wait, I gotta wear. Oh, it's like, so he had to put on like a little armored chest piece. He wanted to wear, and they gave him this helmet to wear with a little wig. He's like, I'm not wearing that. I'll just take the sword and the armor piece. So he goes out there. There's this little montage where he's just like attacking people with a toy plastic sword, and he's like winning. And he's like, and he goes, and then boo, and he blocks everybody. Walks towards the guy. Is like. And it's like, they make a deal, and it's like, okay, if I win, I take my soul. And then the guy renegotiates. Oh, it's okay. So I know you're Hawkeye, but if you let me kill you, not actually kill you, but if I win, you can have the suit. So everyone gathered after, and it's like whoever wins takes the suit, but the guy ends up winning, but he ends up just giving Clint the suit right after, because he said it was an honor to like fight with him in this roleplay world thing they were doing, and it was actually kind of cool to see something like that. I was really not expecting to be something like that happening in a Marvel show. It was like pretty awesome actually. So he ends up getting his suit back, and he ends up hiding in this like blocker place. I don't know if it was a school or it was just like, or maybe it was like an underground place. I have no idea. But he ends up hiding the suit, and then he goes to find the Red Jacket gang and try to ask him to find their manager, their boss, to see why they ended up attacking either the black market, or why they're targeting Kate Bishop, or whatever. But we're going to find more information for the next episode, probably next week on Wednesday. But I just thought the 2 episodes were great. They were awesome, and I loved how they're proceeding the story, what we're going to see. And also, Clint is actually wearing a hearing aid in his, is it right or is it left? I think it's his left. So, I think they're sticking to the story in the comics where Clint is actually deaf, and they're going to be going in the direction of something like that. Because, in the previous movies, we always see him get hurt, or when he always, gets blasted from big explosions, from all the previous films he's been in. So it affected his hearing. And now we get to see the Clint Barton, aka Hawkeye, we're going to be seeing from the comics to the live action film now. So I just think that's pretty awesome, and it's pretty amazing. So for my review and rating for the 2 episodes, and it's based on Christmas, so apparently it's in 6 days time in the show till Christmas. So, and after and near the end, he was able to tell his wife that he was able to find the suit, lock it up, and it's like, well, we're doing the gingerbread things right now with your kids, and you have 5 days time to get here before Christmas time. And he says, well, I'm going to be here in New York just a little longer. I got to deal with things. And after that, he ends up going to the Red Gang, tries to say where their boss is, and then Kate Bishop was able to try to figure out more the truth about Jack, why he was at the black market, and if he trying to convince her mother that he's lying and he's trying to hide something from her, and she has a clue about Jack, and she wants to tell Clint about it, but ends up using a tracker to track Clint's phone, and she ends up finding him with the Red Jacket Gang, and it's like, I'm here trying to help you, and it's like, they both get captured in the process. So, and after that, we see the Red Gang's leader, it ends up being a girl, and it ends up right after that. So, yeah, so that concludes the first 2 episodes. That's all we see, and what's going to happen for the next one. Don't know for sure. We'll probably see more information, what's going to happen. And, yeah, so my rating for the first 2 episodes, I think I'm just going to give it a I know we probably should wait until the very end of the episodes, but I like doing ratings just because, I really enjoy them. So I think I'm just going to give it, I know it's either 1 out of 5 or 1 out of 10, so I think I'm just going to give it 1 out of 10, because it's mostly at 1 out of 10 these days now. So I think I'm just going to give it I think I'll just give it something like, I'll give it a 8.6 out of 10. That'll be my rating for the first 2 episodes, and we'll see what's going to happen for the next one. I don't know if they're going to drop 2 more episodes next Wednesday, or just going to drop 1. I don't know how many exactly episodes they're planning to do for the show at the moment. I may have to look that up just a little later, and I'll let you guys know next week's episode of the Hawkeye review. So, until then, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time on the Comic Show. And wherever you guys are in the world, good morning, good night, and good afternoon.